I don't have anyone to talk to. No family here, no close friends. I've been carrying this alone for weeks and it's eating me alive. Maybe if I put it all out there, I can finally move forward. My wife and I have been together for a long time. Married, kids, moved out of state about 12 years ago. We left our families behind, but eventually her sisters followed us here. I'm not very social. I don't have a lot of friends. She has always been my best friend, my everything. I realize now that's part of why I'm still on the fence after all of this. She was my whole world, and I didn't want to face what life looked like without her in it. Last year, I caught her sending nudes to some guy she met online. I had suspicions before that about someone else in her life, but I had no proof. When I finally saw what I saw, my whole world flipped upside down. I had the darkest thoughts I've ever had in my life. I sat her down and confronted her. At first, she was defensive and tries to gaslight her way out. Eventually, when I didn't let her off the hook, she broke down, cried, admitted it, said she felt disgusting, that I didn't deserve it, that I was such a good man. She said she didn't know why she did it, just that she was sorry. I should have asked more questions, but I was in shock. I don't like conflict. I bottle things up until I explode inside. That night, she even called her sister and her brother-in-law to tell them. I didn't want to get her family involved, but she pulled them in anyway. I felt like I had no control over anything. I moved on. Or I told myself I did, but in reality, I was detached and seeking a way out. We kept going, but things were never really the same. This year, it all came back again. Our marriage had been going downhill for a while. We tried one counseling session. I hated it and refused to go back. She told me we either needed counseling or divorce. I didn't push hard enough for counseling. I was already looking for divorce lawyers in the area, even though I couldn't afford the retainer. I wanted to get my ducks in order. Then in February, her personality shifted. Suddenly, she was dressing different, posting selfies that I suspected weren't meant for me. I saw one in her phone that just didn't feel like something you take for yourself or your husband. In March, we went on a family vacation. Weirdly, things felt okay. We laughed, we got along, the kids were happy. For a moment, I thought maybe we'd be okay. On the trip, she repeated that we needed counseling or divorce. I thought we could actually choose counseling. When we came back, I asked her to go out to dinner, have a heart-to-heart, figure out what we really wanted. She canceled, said she had plans with coworkers. She went out and didn't come home until the next day. That was it for me. I knew. I confronted her again. Same story. Defensive at first, then crying, saying she was sorry, that she felt horrible, that I didn't deserve it. The words were almost identical to what she said a year ago. She wanted to talk about how disgusting she felt, how ashamed she was, how hard it was for her. I noticed quickly that the focus wasn't on me. It was on her feelings about what she had done, her shame, her guilt, her self-disgust. She wanted reassurance that she wasn't a horrible person. She wanted comfort. I did nothing of the sort. Now she says the reason is that I wasn't meeting her needs, that I wasn't satisfying her the way she wants. This had never been communicated to me ever, and I told her point blank she's a liar and a manipulator. I sat there listening to her and realized I had wasted years of my life on a dead end. I've been asking her to go to therapy for years for her personal issues. I've been asking her to take her drinking seriously and try AA. She refused. She doesn't want to do the work. She just wants me to be there as her emotional support system while she does what she wants. I told her I won't do this anymore. I told her I don't want to mend the relationship. I'm not interested in counseling. I don't care about her guilt or shame anymore. I'm done. I have 3 kids. I'll be there for them. That's my only focus now. I'll figure out custody and finances. I'll figure out where I go from here. Update. It's been 4 days since I served her the divorce papers. The aftermath has been rough to watch. She's basically shut down in her room all week. She hasn't gone to work once this week, hasn't showered, barely eats, just lies in bed all day. The kids don't understand what's going on, and I've been holding things together for them. Her parents called me yesterday. They want me to reconsider, think about how long we've been together and the family we've built and what'll happen to the kids, etc. They said I was moving too fast for my own good. Maybe this was just a phase she was going through. I didn't argue with them, but I honestly don't understand. She was the one who gave me the ultimatum, either counseling or divorce. I finally picked one. Now that I've chosen divorce, everyone wants me to backtrack. Like, how does that make sense? I spent years asking her to go to counseling. She refused. I spent weeks trying to rebuild trust while she gaslit me. I spent weeks being told that I wasn't meeting her needs, and that's why she stepped out. If I let myself get talked into staying, then nothing changes. I just keep living the same cycle. She's acting all hurt, like she didn't expect me to follow through, and I'm cruel for actually taking her up on the ultimatum. I engage less and less with her each day, and today I haven't checked up on her once. I'm staying focused on my kids. That's where my energy has to go now. Wish me luck. Story 2. A month ago, I was let go from the company I worked for 9 years. My husband had to take on everything. He immediately found a second job to support us, while I was stuck at home for 2 months wallowing in self-pity, and I shut down emotionally. I was just trying to recover my mental health and survive, and I didn't realize how much I was disconnecting from him. While I was stuck in that fog, he was doing all the work, carrying the load for both of us. And instead of leaning on him, I started pulling away. I began spending more time outside during daytime. I wanted to escape the stress, the feeling of being trapped in my body and my head. Somewhere in that, I got close to a man, and a lot of things happened. Emotionally at first, then physically. My husband found out by reading messages I had sent to my best friend. I had told her about the AP, about how I felt no guilt at the time, how I felt free, how I even said I could imagine leaving my husband for him. Seeing those words now makes me sick, because I know what it must have done to him to read them. When he confronted me, I admitted everything. I told him I had lost myself, that I regretted it, that I wasn't in my right mind, and that I still loved him. Those things are true, but I also know I can't take back what I did. Since then, I've been trying. I've been showing him affection, doing more chores, etc. I keep telling him we can treat this as a new beginning, but I know he doesn't fully believe me. And honestly, I can't blame him. He says something inside him changed, that the trust is gone. He still loves me, but he's anxious, emotionally shut down, and stuck in the loop of what I did. I see it every day, and I'm afraid he's right, that once I crossed that line, what we had changed forever. I crossed boundaries more than once, and it wasn't just physical. I let myself develop feelings for him. That's why my husband doesn't believe I love him anymore, or respect him. What I do know is that my choices destroyed the person who stood by me when I was at my lowest. And even though he gave me a second chance, I know when the time comes, he'll go. I never thought this is where our life would end up after nearly 2 decades together. I never thought I'd be the one to break our marriage. I can't believe I was capable of this. I really can't.